Should you decide with logic or emotions in the process of arranged marriage? I know that this one question is there in everyone's mind who go through this process of marriage. Someone told me a while ago that when it comes to arranged marriage, you have to be more practical. You have to be more calculative when it comes to choosing your partner. But how do you decide to marry someone without emotions? You need to use both your brain and your heart to make a decision. You need to be sure about what you think and how you feel about that person. First of all, let's try to understand why logic and emotion clash. Emotions are tied to attraction, chemistry, comfort, intuition. We want to feel certain way about the person we might spend the rest of our life with. On the other hand, logic is about long-term compatibility, family background, career, money, their lifestyle, their goals. When it comes to emotions, they can make us ignore red flags. Let's say you become too consumed in your emotions in your first meet. You really feel attracted to that person, but because of all of that, you're ignoring their red flags. Maybe they don't behave that well. Maybe they're toxic in nature. Maybe they don't respect you that much. But because you are too much consumed in your emotions, you ignored those red flags. And so that's why you need a balance of logic here. But when you just focus on logic, you will reject someone that you can actually build an emotional bond with. And so this is why you need a balance of both in order to find the right match. In arranged marriages, this conflict is magnified because of one reason. You have very less amount of time and the pressure is high. Since you don't have that much amount of time, since you really have less amount of time, you try to keep yourself up with that speed. A successful marriage needs both emotional connection as well as logical compatibility. Emotions is the spark, then logic is the structure that keeps the fire burning. Emotions help you be with that person, while logic helps you manage life with them. A marriage based on logic might feel cold. A marriage based just on emotions may collapse when life becomes hard. So now let's see how you can check both emotions as well as logic in your marriage. First, the logic test. Here are a few questions that you can ask yourself to figure out what's right and what's wrong. First question, do your goals and lifestyle align in the next 5 to 10 years? Let's imagine that you want to change country, you want to shift to a different country for your work, but your partner doesn't want to. How do you expect to navigate through the situation? If your partner is not ready at all to change country for you, it will be a huge problem for you. And so it's really important for you to decide beforehand that what are your values when it comes to your career? What are your expectations from your career? What's your 10-year plans look like? And so with your partner. So once you're aligned with your career, once you're aligned with your ambitions, it will be easier for you to sustain your marriage. But if one of you will have to sacrifice your career, your ambitions, your goals, because to make this marriage work, it might not work. It might not work because we get fulfillment from our work. We spend almost 1/3 of our life in our professional lives. Why? Because that is one area that helps us grow. That is one area that helps us make money. So if you're not getting fulfillment from that part, I don't think that you'll be able to love your partner because you won't be happy. So make sure that your goals, your lifestyle is aligned for the next 5 to 10 years. And if you see that your values are similar, your goals are similar, when it comes to money, your values are similar, I think these things matters. And if it's working well, it means that the person is compatible with you. The second question you need to ask yourself is that, do you imagine yourself with them when it comes to handling real life problems? When it comes to financial insecurities, when it comes to children, when it comes to career, when it comes to family drama, do you imagine yourself as a team? And can you imagine that two of you are able to get through all of this? If yes, it's a great sign. But if you're not focusing on that at all, I think you should, because we all know that there will be a lot of conflicts, there will be a lot of drama afterwards. And it's always better to prepare yourself in advance. So I think that when you think from logic, it's really important to focus on this area about if you want to have a children or not, who will sacrifice their work if when the child comes, or what about in-laws? Whenever there is a conflict, how do you able to resolve that? Will you able to maintain boundaries from your in-laws? There are so many things that you need to see as a team. and if you can be on the same team. The third question is that how much are they willing to work on their emotional intelligence and mental health. Now this is the most important part, like in the entire video. So if I'm in your place and if I'm going through this process of marriage, this is one area that I will never compromise. I want a partner who works on her emotional intelligence every single day. I want a partner who prioritizes her mental health every single day, because if not, it will be difficult for her to be happy, to be fulfilled. And if she is not, she'll expect me to make her happy. I can't take that role and position for anyone. When it comes to marriage, we have to make ourselves happy. We can't expect our partner to make us happy. And so that's why if you feel that your mental health, your emotional intelligence is important for you, you have to see that your partner is compatible in that area. Second, the emotion test, basically how you feel for them. Now the first question you need to ask yourself here is that, do you feel safe around them? Do you feel respected around them? I think that this is the most important factor when it comes to deciding with emotions in marriage. Think about the last time when you were with them, or whenever you're spending time with them. Do you feel safe around them? Do you feel that they respect you? Do you feel that they give that safe space where you can just express your emotions? If yes, it's a great green flag. But if you feel that you're not able to open up in front of them, if you feel that you're not able to express your deepest desires, your insecurities with them, there is some problem. Now, here is the interesting part. No one can teach you that. Your parents can't teach you that. I can't teach you that. There's something which you can only experience with that person. If you are feeling respected, if you are feeling that love, if you are feeling that they can trust you and you can trust them. So next time when you are with this person, reflect. Take a moment and just try to be aware of your feelings, how you're feeling around this person. And if you feel that you have that respect, you can build that trust and you can build that life with them, that's great. Second question, can you be your authentic self in front of them? If you feel that you can be your true self, your real self with them, it's beautiful. But if you feel that you're not able to fully open up to them, if you feel that you have to pretend in front of them for you to like you, I think it's a red flag. It means that you're not getting that space from them. It means that you're not able to trust them. So if this is the scenario, you can't marry this person. But if you feel that the person provides safe space for you to just open up and be your true self, you won't feel judgment. You don't feel that they judge you. You don't feel that they disrespect you. In fact, they push you more and more to be yourself. I think this is the most raw and beautiful form of love. So ask yourself, do you feel that you can be yourself with this person? If yes, as I said, it's great. Third question is, do you feel heard and not just seen in front of them? Again, so important. Whenever you are having a conversation with them, how good listener are they? Or how curious they are about you? I think that if there is one factor that can save so many relationships, is that you need to be curious about your partner, because as soon as your partner realizes that you are curious about them, it builds so much love. And so ask yourself, are you curious about them? Are they curious about you? Whenever you are sharing something deep, are they listening to you? Or whenever you're trying to communicate, are they listening to you? Are they able to understand your point of view? Are they really making that effort to understand you? If you feel seen, if you feel heard, if you feel that they really get you from which place you're coming, I think it's great. Now you know the balance between emotions and logic when it comes to your marriage. Now there is just one slight problem. In order to find this balance, you need time, and that's where people struggle the most. We all want to find the right partner, but we're not willing to give that time. Why? Because we have so much pressure from our parents, from our family, from their family, that we have to make that decision fast. And because of this, we become victim of that pressure. So there is one big advice today in this video, is that you have to give it more time. And you have to do it without that pressure, because even if that person is right for you, if you're not able to give that time, there is a chance that you will lose that person. Or maybe there's a chance that the person is not right for you, but because of that hurry, because of that impatient, you said yes to them, but you will regret after marriage that they're not right for you. And so as I said, time is so important here. It's like time can make or break your relationship, but it's all about you. If you're not taking this pressure because of that time, it will work in your favor. But if you're taking too much pressure, if you become impatient because of time or because of lack of time, it will work against you. I know that you must be thinking that, what about my family? I think it's time that you take the control of this process in your hands. I think it's time you take the driver's seat and you realize what's right for you. Your parents don't even know who you are. you know better who you are. So in order to have the right partner, in order to marry the right person, you have to make decision for yourself. And the only way is to take your time, be more patient, find that balance between logic and emotions, understand how you feel about them or what you think about them, and then make a decision. At last, if you like this video, please comment, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next week soon. Thank you.